in the United Snakes of America,
was viciously killed
just for being black and of youth, which was his crime. And the funny thing about it is, that America wouldn't be the way it was without this kind of thing happening daily. Whether it's happening in Florida,
whether it's happening in Florida,
whether it's happening in the Bronx,
whether it's happening in the Bronx,
whether it's happening in Afghanistan,
whether it's happening in Afghanistan,
whether it's happening in the Philippines, this is America for you.
this is America for you.
Now people want to look at this incident as something to be judged only on an individual basis. But that's a problem. Because we have to situate this incident within the system of white supremacy and the system of capitalism and realize that this is not something out of the norm.
And
once we understand that, we have to realize that people that look like me, Latino, of youth, people that are black, of youth, women, red and yellow peoples, have been a historical enemy of white supremacy and capitalism. And that is how he eventually came to be built. Look up at that flag. That flag has so much blood in it. That the only reason that it can flow the way it does uninterruptedly is because of the systematic oppression of proletarian and oppressed nationality peoples. Now our job to do, our historical duty, is to learn about our relationship to the white supremacist and capitalist state. Once we learn that, we learn that we have more to gain in smashing this system.
Come on, brother. Preach. Come on, brother. There's more in there.
So it is our historical duty. And other victims of youth like Trayvon Martin. To understand how this system works. And how it keeps us down. And we have to also realize from there that the NYPD, the LAPD, the FBI, the CIA, the DIA, the ATF, the DEA, the branches of the military, the National Guard, are all our enemies. And once we realize that, then we can empower ourselves. And organize. To go towards and smash this system. Otherwise, there will be more. Trayvon Martins, Ramarley Grahams, J-Tech Reeds, Shaima Alwadis. Not only here, but on a global basis.
And Sean Bell. Don't forget Sean Bell.
Yeah, and Sean Bell.
And Oscar Grant.
Yeah, so ending with that, since black and brown and red and yellow peoples are more or less going through a state of perpetual war, declared by the United Snakes of America, We are outsiders within this internal colony.
We are outsiders within this internal colony.
And from there,
in
response to the United States of America, we have to say, fuck America.
Fuck America.
Fuck America.
Fuck America.
Fuck America.
Fuck America.
That's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say. Yeah.
All of that.
And we allow anyone to come forward.
And say what they're feeling. And what they know is wrong in this country.
And what they know is wrong in this country.
And I'm going to tell you right now.
That my
heart is broken.
That my heart is broken.
That blood is constantly spilled.
That blood is constantly spilled.
And the media turns and looks the other way.
And the media turns and looks the other way.
I am tired. Of burying children.
Of burying children.
And mothers of children.
And mothers of children.
I've had enough.
I've had enough.
Because as a woman. As someone who's not persecuted every day because I have white skin.
Someone who's not persecuted every day because I have white skin.
As someone with a Jewish past. Whose ancestors were targeted just for their identity. I have enough. And there is no reason. Why there are 40 people out here right now.
There are 40 people out here right now.
How many people go to this school? 20,000?
20,000?
Not every single student. Why is not every single student standing on the quad right now?
Standing on the quad right now.
Spilling tears. And venting their anger. About this horrible problem. Today, there's a new social movement rising in this country. We are the leaders.
And we are the leaders.
There's nothing we can't do.
There's nothing we can't do.
It doesn't matter if we're being watched by the cops.
It does not matter if we are being watched by the cops.
It doesn't matter if they film us every time we do an action. Because we know what we believe. And we're fucking tired of burying children.
Mic check.
Use your faith. And use your identity. To build for good. Don't stay in the student union on the second floor.
Don't stay on the student union in the second floor.
Come out here and if you claim to believe in God.
Come out here and if you claim to believe in God.
Stand up and say we call for an end to hate crime.
Stand up and say we call to an end for hate crime.
America unscrambled.
America unscrambled.
I am race. Coincidence?
I think not.
Of a country that was built by nothing but black people.
Why
is there not a drop of black on the flag?
Why is there not a drop of black on the flag?
If I go to Texas, I have a drop of black on my skin. I can get still lynched and it won't be a sin.
I hear you, brother. Let's go.
All right.
What happened to Trayvon Martin?
What happened to Trayvon Martin?
It's not a white supremacy problem.
It's not a white supremacy problem.
It's a green supremacy problem.
It's a green supremacy problem.
Racism exists.
Racism exists
because classism exists.
because classism exists.
The Stand Your Ground law.
The Stand Your Ground law
was introduced by a corporate lobbyist group.
was introduced by a corporate lobbyist group.
The same groups that try to take away worker rights.
The same group that's trying to take away worker rights.
The same groups that deny women equal pay for equal work.
The same group that denies equal pay for equal work.
Racism against Arabs.
Racism against Arabs.
Prejudice against Muslims.
Prejudice against Muslims.
Has a purpose.
Has a purpose.
It's to keep people docile.
It's to keep people docile.
While we kill people all across the world for oil.
While we kill people all across the world for oil.
I like that.
Classism
And racism.
And racism
are bound together as one.
are bound together as one.
It's not about the 13% against the 13%.
It's not about the 13% against the 13%.
It's about the 99% against the 1%.
It's about the 99% versus the 1%.
As long as we're divided,
As long as we're divided,
they're going to keep us down.
they're going to keep us down.
Stop considering whether you're black or you're white. Just consider whether you're a human being.
Stop considering whether you're black or white. Consider whether you're a human being.
So when Trayvon Martin gets shot,
So when Trayvon Martin gets shot,
when innocent women get beaten to death,
when innocent women get beaten to death,
that's not an Arab problem or a black problem.
that's not an Arab problem or a black problem.
That's our problem.
That's our problem.
Injustice anywhere
Injustice
is
anywhere
a threat to justice everywhere.
is a threat to justice everywhere.
Hi.
Hi.
I got one simple idea.
I got one simple idea.
And the Federal Reserve
And the Federal Reserve
and all institutions like it.
and all institutions like it
Because we work
because we work